They stood ready to discuss the migrant crisis on the English Channel, but the English weren't in the picture.
Cette réunion n'était pas anti-anglaise, elle était pro-européenne. Et nous devons travailler avec nos amis britanniques et leur dire un certain nombre de choses. D'abord, nous aider collectivement à mieux lutter contre les passeurs. Nous l'avons dit, des renseignements nous manquent, des réponses parfois ne sont pas toujours au rendez-vous des demandes de la police française, par exemple. Je l'ai longuement parfois échangé avec mon homologue britannique. Je crois qu'elle en a convenu. Mais aussi pour, et ça a été souligné par chacun des intervenants, lutter contre l'attractivité anglaise.
That request, referring to UK labour laws, came not just from France, but the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany and the European Commission, who all sat down in Calais today, promising to use airplanes to monitor people smugglers. Priti Patel was meant to be there, but after Boris Johnson tweeted out a letter detailing the UK's demands to France on Friday, an angered President Macron withdrew the invitation. The Home Secretary said it was unfortunate she wasn't there, but did tweet she would still hold urgent talks later this week, having spoken earlier today with the Dutch Migration Minister. Her language last week echoed the Prime Minister's: get tough on smugglers, clamp down on the boats. But the government today also defended its process for accepting asylum seekers.
Since 2015, I think we have resettled the UK through the refugee programmes. We've resettled over 25,000 people, more than any other country in Europe. We should be very proud on the big offer we make to people that are in conflict zones and elsewhere to come to safety.
Yet some MPs are not proud that the Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme, which was announced as the Taliban took control in Kabul, has not opened and not taken in any people months after the Western withdrawal.
We've got a problem because there aren't safe legal routes for people to come here to the UK. So on that boat last week was an Afghan soldier who reportedly said that he'd just given up hope of the Afghan resettlement scheme opening a full 3 months after the Prime Minister promised that it would, and said he'd move heaven and earth to help those to whom we owe obligations.
This debate around borders and immigration policies comes days after 27 people died in the freezing cold waters of the Channel after their boat capsized. 24-year-old Baran Nouri was trying to join her fiancé in Britain. Her family held her funeral in Erbil province today, one of many from Iraqi Kurdistan to perish on that boat. And it's believed some found their way to the shores of France via Belarus, where Alexander Lukashenko has instigated a humanitarian crisis by issuing thousands of tourist visas to people desperate to cross into the EU. That's his response to sanctions placed on his government over disputed elections last year, a tactic the EU calls hybrid war. As the political posturing from all corners rages on, here on the edge of France, the fires continue to burn in a makeshift camp in Calais, warming the hands of those desperate for a better life.
I don't afraid, no fear, no fear. Water, if we die.
And so they wait for the chance, if it is a chance, of a crossing that carries great risk, yet they feel is their only hope, with little more on a bleak horizon.